Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Again, it's Mr. CRB right back at you, aka King Solson, because the soul stands for wise as Solomon, and the sun stands for as strong as Samson. But anyway, in this video, what I am doing is I am sharing with you a little bit of my numbers theory and how numerstrology literally comes to life and it can help you 100 times your sales. So, I think I want to start off with this right here, major points to sell, but actually let's go up a little bit, even numbers and odd numbers. So I shouldn't have to tell you what an even number is or an odd number is, but in numerology, it's even numbers are extroverted and odd numbers are introverted. Type A personalities, even numbers, type B personalities, odd numbers. Also, what we, in the sales field, even numbers are direct and odd numbers are indirect. And here's a little bit of a misconception. There's a famous person out there who, right now, currently speaking, because I'm not on the scene, but right now, currently speaking, he is self-proclaimed as the greatest high-performance success coach of all time. And now, again, I'm going to take his throne within 5 to 10 years, simply because there is nobody out there who literally has what I have, which is the knowledge of the Lord God on my side. Do you feel me? But anyway, this man says something ludicrous like 98% of all high performance people are introverts, but the 2%, the other 2% are loudmouth alpha males like I am. Now, loudmouth alpha males. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal, man. I just wanna say, if you're following this advice, please stop. Okay, it's old paradigm. He's an Illuminati shield anyway. Okay. Here's the deal about that. Being demonstrative and a loudmouth is not alpha male. Okay. If anything, that's a feminine trait. That's a female trait, because it shows you that you can't handle your emotions. Now the thing is, I'm pretty sure he can handle his emotions, but if you are a loudmouth and things like that, then that's not necessarily a an alpha male trait. And if you are in control of your emotions, then what that means is that you're using that to inspire fear in others. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have to close deals by using fear. And the thing is that is that fear has its place. It really does. But only by being emotionally intelligent, like numerstrology is going to have you do, if you use the system in the 49-day inner life enrichment. But anyway, the reason why that's significant, even numbers and odd numbers, is because I break down the cell in the 12, and it's only logical because our year is broken down into 12. Our time is broken down into 12. So why, if we have 12 signs of zodiac, if we have 12 hours in a day, then why wouldn't I break down a sales process into 12? So even numbers are when they talk. Okay, even numbers are when you ask questions. Okay, and I will demonstrate this in my script. Odd numbers is when you are talking. Okay. Now, major points in the sale. The reason why these are major points in the sale, because anybody knows anything about astrology, I also have written cardinal signs. Okay, cardinal signs mark the official beginning of the season. Okay, Aries, of course, is spring. Cancer, of course, is summer. Libra marks the beginning of autumn, and Capricorn marks the beginning of winter. Okay, so the first house, also the numbers themselves have symbolism in it, but this isn't the time or place. But the first house, okay, number one part of the sale, of course, when you just have drive and you get the initiative to make the call, to knock on the door, to stop the person on the street if you do street fundraising. Okay,
The fourth house is permission to present. Okay. The seventh house is when you have built trust and credibility, and the reason why is because well, hey, Libra rules partnership. Okay, they have to do everything in partnership. So, wouldn't that be imitated in the sales process when you have broken down their defenses with your presentation, but also pre-qualifying them? Because that's what you do in the sixth house. In the sixth house, before you get to the seventh, you pre-qualify them. Okay, but also that the reason why that is significant when you get to the seventh house is because if you look here, I have written ask for the order. Okay, now in numerology we break down everything into a single number, and ask for the order, the soul urge, or the motivation. Okay, literally the motivation is of course you want to ask for an order. Now the soul urge, number 7, in the seventh house. Okay, you're asking for the order at number 8. Okay, like literally because it's an odd number. But number 7, since again odd numbers in my sales system, you are making like a final presentation. But what you are doing is with your voice is you are sending them a clue by transferring the energy. You're sending them and you're motivating them to act now, to make a decision now. So that's what the soul, or that's what number 7 comes in at soul urge. Okay, now once you get to the 10th house is when they are closed. Okay, so what that means is they have committed, because at number 10, the 10th house, that's when last second doubts happen. And what I mean by that is if you have a sales job, if you ever had a sales job or whatever, and you had to call into the accounting department, or the website wasn't up, or the finance application took too long, well, people's superstitions start kicking in and tell them, well, I don't want to do this, right? So how can you be sure that Numerstrology will help you understand what's happening is you having to ask for the order part, the personality number. Now, whereas a soul urge and the motivation is the emotional side, the unemotional side, the unattached side is the personality. That's number 9. Okay, once you get to the 9th house, okay, well, again, number 8 is when you're literally asking for the order. Okay, so of course you're gonna get an objection 95% of the time. Okay, so it's kind of like in Jordan Belfort's straight line system where he wants to go back and loop. Same concept, but instead of looping, you're making a final presentation at number 9. Now, all of this, of course, is based on the initial contact. The same process 1 through 12, an appointment set and an actual presentation, but a little bit more or less drawn out. But at the initial contact, okay, number 9 is when you make that final presentation to get over the objection. Okay, and again, number 10 is when they are closed. But if they have last second doubts, right, of course you're going to retrograde. Okay, you're going to retrograde back into the 9th house. Okay, and of course overcome their objections. Now, again, this is based off of the initial contact. Okay, in the initial contact, you might not get to the 10th house, or even in the appointment set, you might not get to the 10th house. Okay, you might not close them. And what happens basically is you're getting their contact information. The initial contact is probably not the best. As far as prospecting, is probably not the best example, because if it's your first contact, then the only thing you probably hope to get is an email. But in the appointment set or presentation, okay, the 10th house, right, if you don't close them, or if they have their last second doubts, then of course you're scheduling an appointment or a follow-up appointment for another day. Okay, now the reason why you know this is imitated through the numbers, because when you close somebody, the expression number of close is the 11th house. Okay, so that means that the sale is done, the finance application is approved, and the money is about to hit your account. That's what that means. Okay, and the reason why this is true as far as spiritual realm and numerology and all these different divine things, that's probably has lost you by now if you're not creative. Is number 11 in the 11th house in astrology is natural ruler is Aquarius, and Aquarius is the sign of groups and associations and friendship and brotherhood, sisterhood, things like that. So, wouldn't you say that these people consider you some kind of brother or sister or whatever? Like, it don't matter how impersonal your relationship is, y'all have some kind of camaraderie if they parted with their hard-earned money. Even I mean, that's just, I don't think it gets more clear than that. So, with that being said, that is how selling with Numerstrology works. Like I said, literally any product, any service, any idea can follow this format. It can follow this format in which, as long as you just say the right words, and of course, there's a lot more skills involved, a lot more training that that's involved as well, as far as neuro-linguistic programming and writing words that make sense, but also understanding people's internal clock. Okay, now I'm going to give you an example of my script right now, and I probably won't. Here it is. Okay. So, of course, you want to memorize it so you don't sound scripted. And this is what I do out on the streets. This is what I'm doing out on the streets. I've been rehearsing the last couple of days, but this is what I've been doing. I'm going to start doing out on the streets. And in about a week or so, you should probably see let's just say 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, you should probably see a very, very different YouTube channel and presentation of these videos, simply because of sales closed by using this format. So I go, hey, I know you don't know me, and vice versa. I don't know you, but do you think you can help me with a thing or two? Well, hey, my name is Christopher Rashad Brown. I am currently homeless, but don't worry. I promise you, you are in no way obligated, and I assure you that I am not asking for any kind of a handout. But the reason I stopped you is because I am on a mission, and I swear, if you just give me 30 seconds, I know for a fact that we can and will solve various social issues while having fun by partnering together in order to take advantage of the largest wealth transfer in human history. Would that be okay? Well, hey, again, my name is Christopher Rashad Brown, and again, I am currently homeless right now, being sheltered at the Fish Pavilion inside the Seattle Center. Now, I don't know how you feel about this, but right now, people are the most pessimistic they have ever been. Severe depression is 3 to 5 times higher than it was this time last year, and everybody knows that 8 out of 10 people are really, really concerned about the near future. So it's for this reason I am doing something very big today. I am launching the greatest personal transformation system ever, called the 49-Day Inner Life Enrichment. Now, it's only my intention just to get 5 to 10 minutes of your time, because I would love nothing more than to show you why partnering with me is one of the greatest decisions you could ever possibly hope to make. But first, I have 2 quick questions to ask you, and they are both simple yes or no answers.